So a couple years back, there was this girl I was coaching who really wanted to get fit for the summer. She was working on losing a bit of weight and getting a little bit more toned. And so I gave her my advice, which is proven based on the hundreds of students I've had, literally the thousands, tens of thousands of emails and comments. And she took my advice, but I learned on the side what she was also doing was starving herself. She was restricting her calories a ton, and she was replacing meals with green juices instead of actually eating meals because she wanted the results quickly. Can you guess what happened? Well, yeah, she did lose weight. She lost the weight, but she also ended up getting too skinny because she lost all her muscle mass as well, or a large chunk of it anyways. And the reason was because she was too restricted in her calories, in addition to 2 or 3 other things. Now in today's video, I want to share with you how you can actually lose fat, because that's what you want, while retaining and keeping that muscle, because it's super common for people to go do whatever it takes to lose weight rather than just losing fat. What's up guys, Alex Hine here, author of Master the Day. And this is pretty common in guys as well, where mostly older guys who aren't so concerned with like being bulky and muscular or whatever, most of the time what people do is we crash diet. So we restrict calories as much as possible, as quickly as possible, because the idea is if I eat less, then I'm gonna lose more, right? Sounds kind of logical in one sense. And so with a lot of guys, they do the same thing where they're running because they just need to not be fat, and they're not doing any weights. They're not keeping their protein demands healthy and normal to maintain muscle mass. So then what happens is they lose the weight, and then they have this weird look where you can see their bones and it looks like there's just flesh hanging off them, and it doesn't look like there's any like physical substance. You ever seen that? Where it looks like you just see the person's shoulder and you're like, ugh, what is that? It's like a dying slug, and you don't really know what's going on there. Often what happens is people have lost some of their muscle mass. So let's jump into those 2 things that I was talking about. The very first thing is not to starve yourself. How do I define starve yourself? If you're consuming less than 500 to 1,000 less calories a day, you are definitely starving yourself. If you want to approach it in a healthier way, rather than removing a massive amount of calories, start with 300 less a day, or adjust macronutrients, proteins, fats, and carbs, so that you're still eating healthy ratios of food, you're just eating less overall. Or it may be as simple as removing 1 Coke a day. That could be your couple hundred calories less per day to get to where you want to be. But what I see is so common, this is more women than men, is that the girl's getting ready for summer, she gets the diet pills, she gets the diet teas, she's pooing her pants 5 times a day because she got these diet supplements to cleanse her weight. How are you going to cleanse weight? You don't poo out your fat, you don't poo out your muscle. Just think about that for a second here. And then she's doing these intense cleanses. She's not eating a lot. And so basically, the body's not getting enough energy from food. Then you're depleting it by pushing everything out of the bottom. So then it's no wonder why the person ends up getting mad cravings, getting messed up sleep, being cranky and emaciated, wanting to just binge on all this food. It's like the most extreme stress you can put your body under. Like in a concentration camp, like in Auschwitz, the first thing your body does when it doesn't have calories is it starts consuming the muscle. It starts cannibalizing itself because it just draws from the available stores. And so when you extremely restrict your calories, you're shooting yourself in the foot. So the second thing is, if you are losing weight, or you want to be losing weight and maintaining the muscle mass, because again, for both women and men, the physical look most of us want is the look of being toned. Men often say the Brad Pitt Fight Club. Women say something like Jessica Biel. A muscular but lean look is what most women and men say to me that they want. And that comes from having muscle mass. So you can't lose the muscle mass and still expect to have that look. You look like a bag of bones. So the second thing is to, number 1, add in weights. I would recommend 3 times a week for 30 minutes. If you're going to do cardio, do it with that or on top of it or on the other days. And then also, don't get rid of your protein. It's no surprise why bodybuilders, when it comes time for their competitions, when they get their body fat super low to those unhealthy levels for competition, there's a reason why they eat even more protein. They already eat a ton. They eat even more when it comes time to cut because they're eating less calories, and to prevent the muscle losses, they're increasing the amount of protein. And so what's so common is people remove all their calories and then they're like, oh, meat is so many calories, they remove the meat. And then you're losing one of your biggest sources of protein if you're not a vegan. So keep eating meat if you are a meat eater, and then add in weights because you're gonna, again, when you're restricting calories, you want to make sure your body's drawing from the right sources when it's losing weight. You don't want it to be cannibalizing, so to speak, the muscle that you have there. All right, so your 2 tiny daily habits for today, if you want to lose fat mass but not lose your muscle, is to, you still have to eat a little bit less. I would start with 300 calories a day less. Most often, what I recommend with clients is eat the same amount of food, just eat better foods. You're gonna have less calories right there. Second thing is, both men and women add in weights, add in circuits that involve weights. And the older you get, when the risk of osteoporosis, especially in women, is higher, the more important the weights get. So add in the weights, still consume protein. Don't think that like, oh, if I don't eat meat, then I'm gonna lose weight even faster. The protein is important for maintaining that muscle mass, right? If you're not a vegan. So those would be my 2 pieces of advice for maintaining muscle while getting leaner. Again, you don't want to be starving yourself because you're going to be losing all the muscle mass that basically you've built until that point. You're going to be losing a certain percentage of it. So I hope that helps. Before you go, leave a comment right there below. Let me know for you what's been one of the toughest things about kind of crash dieting or trying to get fit quickly. Let me know right there. Hey guys, it's Alex. Did you like this video? If so, there are really 2 ways you can stay in touch with me. The first thing is to go over, click the monk, and subscribe so you get the next video right when it's out. I'm releasing at least 3 videos per week, but often a lot more. The next thing is, come on over and check out my book, Master the Day. It's called Master the Day, Eat, Move, and Live Better with the Power of Daily Habits. And it's all about the tiny daily success habits that I learned interviewing people that lost over 100 pounds and kept it off years later in a healthy way. The success habits that not only get your dream body, but also your dream life. And as a special thank you, if you get the book, send me your receipt to alexander@modernhealthmonk.com. I'll send you a 1-hour bonus video course for free. And one important piece of it is an hour sit-down success story with my friend and my student Mike, who lost 30 pounds. So you can go check that out on Amazon right there. The next thing is, come on over to my site, modernhealthmonk.com. I've got a free guide for you there, 5 daily habits to help you lose your next 20 to 30 pounds. And otherwise, I look forward to seeing you soon.